Hello, agents. I've called you here today because this could be our biggest year yet. But I need your help to build the perfect team. Let's start with a leader. We need someone who's been around the block. Someone with a proven track record. Next, let's focus on the up close and personal. I need someone who excels in tight situations. Someone with the subtlety and the tact to bring home the big score. Of course, every job needs a demolitions expert. I need an operative who can inflict major damage from distance. Someone who isn't afraid to light the fuse. Now let's talk transportation. I'm sure you have a list of contacts capable of getting us in close, no matter what obstacles get in our way. And finally, to do this right, we need someone on the inside. Someone with access to the camera feeds. And that's where the four of you come in. Okay, team, I'm trusting you on this. Assemble the squad and be ready. You'll hear from me soon. But as far as you're concerned, the job starts now.
Hello and welcome to the 2025 Discraft Supreme Flight Open presented by Discraft. We're finally back in Florida. We're at the first event of the year and we're back. I'm Madison Walker.
I'm Erika Stinchcomb. We're your two hot geese.
Honk. Have you missed us?
It feels like we never left. It probably doesn't feel like that to you, but whew,
time did not go by, but I know you guys are really excited.
We are here at the Olympus course, Mount Olympus, in Brooksville, and
the mountains of Florida.
Yeah, some of the most elevation we're going to see all year, hilariously. Hole 1 is a par 3, 278 feet, the same as last year. We're playing to this short pin straight up the hill, only 278, but kind of a low ceiling with a branch in the way, and with the hill, it takes a really full pump to get a putt on this one, but gettable.
Yeah, thankfully no OB that you're super worried about here. A friendly opener hole.
Paige Pierce up first. I believe she was on second feature card.
Yes. Oh yeah, a little check-in here.
Oh wow, what a start.
Yeah, right out the gate, full layout putt. And Birdie feels good on this one.
Teeing off first. She's the defending champion here, and she is your reigning world champion from Brooksville, Finland, Eveliina Salonen.
So happy to see all the Euros after an off season. They're all talking about how this is their first round outside in 3 months.
Word. Eveliina won this event last year. I believe it was her first big U.S. CGPT win.
From Grapevine, Texas, Handley.
Holyn tied for third at this event last year. There's some of her stats from 2024. Turns out she's pretty good.
Yeah, really great Circle 1X putting on top of being one of the biggest distance throwers in the FPO field.
Backhand and sidearm, really. She hangs this one out to the right and is looking for it to fade, and that's looking great. She actually, I think, might have a better putt at where the MPO basket is.
Yeah.
New York, Missy, Gannon.
Big money Missy.
Mm-hmm.
Back out here. There's her stats from 2024. Really doing a great job keeping it in the fairway, giving herself lots of opportunities to putt. This one, you're happy if you get in circle 2. There were only 4 birdies on this hole today and not that many more looks.
That makes me feel better. I saw a handful of people land in circle 1 pretty early, and I was like, okay, I guess we're all just
doing it,
pumping it this year. Yeah. Cool.
Jordan Lynds, local Floridian, sponsored by Sun King Disc, who was a longtime sponsor of this event when it was Throw Down the Mountain.
You think they flipped a coin between Jordan and Morgan?
I wonder how they decided.
Mm-hmm. The Lynds twins, if you're
I bet
not
Jordan's
familiar.
won it more. No offense, Morgan.
That is a probable statistic. And we kind of launched straight in here, but I'm just going to go back and say that intro might be my favorite that we've seen to the season. The Jomez crew did a great job with that one. Love it.
It was so fun to film as well.
Mm-hmm. Jordan laying up and kind of skibbling down the hill. She might have a bit of a putt coming back. Missy.
This is a scary putt. You can see both players leaving it a little short, not wanting to go too aggressive. It's really easy to blast past this one and go down the hill.
Eveliina from just outside the circle.
Yeah, only 5 players even getting to circle 1 in regulation here. 12 to circle 2 in regulation out of 40 competitors. A rough hole 1 to start. Not rough in any other way besides pure raw distance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think they missed us?
It says 278
Pure
feet.
raw distance. Okay, but if only 5 people are doing it,
Uphill,
it's a stacked field.
yeah,
you know?
uphill it plays like 380, I would say.
It sure feels. I feel great about getting into circle 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and this is kind of why this putt is dangerous. It's always more uphill than it looks on camera. A little bit of a tester.
Some differences from last year. We had rough weather at this event. We had a ton of rain in the week leading up to it. And then I believe the first round was rainy as well. Missy not able to convert on her comeback putt. Going to have to start off with a bogey.
Yeah, Madison's right. It was the ground conditions were rough. They were building emergency staircases. It was wild out there.
There's a lot of holes that the Florida clay was really starting to show itself, and it just doesn't want to get off your shoes. You're sliding around. But this year, we had a little rain early in the week, and it's the first rain they've had apparently in the area in a while. So it is nice and dry, and the course is in perfect shape.
It's gorgeous out there. And we'll see some changes to this course. I think it's going to play at least a stroke or 2 harder. Mm-hmm. Than it did last year. Last year, Eveliina won this event with a 16 down overall and also had the hot round in round 3 at 8 down, which is phenomenal out here.
Unreal.
Just beating this course is amazing. Only 7 people finished the tournament under par last year, women.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. So even out here is great. Beating the course is going to guarantee you a top 10, most likely.
Hey everyone, it's a new disc golf season, which means a new year with our longtime sponsor, Vessi. We're excited to run it back once again with Vessi and the always reliable Stormburst. Stormbursts are built for every round, rain or shine. They are durable, versatile, comfortable, and 100% waterproof, so your feet stay dry no matter what. So if you haven't tried Vessis yet, you can do so by getting 15% off your first order at vessi.com/Jomez. That's vessi.com/Jomez to get 15% off your first order. Also, Vessi is teaming up with the disc golf community to launch the ultimate giveaway. They're giving you all the chance to win a Grip EQ bag, Discraft discs, Vessi Stormburst, and even more. That's over $1,500 worth of prizes. It's easy and free to enter. Just go to vessi.com/discgolf to enter today. And the giveaway ends March 12th, so don't wait and get your entries in today at vessi.com/discgolf. Thanks once again to Vessi for sponsoring this video and the JomezPro channel.
Hole 2. This is when it starts getting tough. Look at this tunnel shot out of bounds all the way down that barbed wire fence on the right side. The left side is not out of bounds, but you don't want to mess around. Some pretty thick rough here at Olympus Disc Golf Course. This is a change from last year. Our basket used to be tucked to the left a little bit shorter. This finishes a little more similar to the men's basket that's up on top of this berm. We're about 60 feet short in this little cove. I absolutely love this change. It's still birdieable with 2 crushes. You have to get very aggressive off the tee. I think this is a really cool hole and a really great hole to showcase FPO skills.
Yeah, much easier birdie last year, I think. Mm-hmm. It's definitely, you're going to have to earn it this time.
Yeah, you have to go huge here.
Yeah, before you could kind of just,
mid-range it.
Yeah, just get out the tunnel, make sure you're in the middle, and now you got to do this. Eveliina with a nice flex shot there. That was a Star Destroyer, as she is prone to throwing. Holyn with a classic early mistake and gets a very fortunate kick into the middle.
Jordan, really good at wooded disc golf courses. Look at her gap hitting excellently, finishing out just a little bit to the left, but checking up before it gets to the rough.
It's an easy par from there, but probably won't be able to get any kind of real
not
look.
birdieable.
Yeah.
Missy looking like she's taking a little off as well, throwing a slower speed disc.
I believe that was a Thrasher. And
Oh,
she just
really?
kind of fluffed it, which
Yeah.
we're not used to seeing.
No,
Just gotta shake off the rust.
that was a new Thrasher. I don't remember that color.
It was a Color Shift Z Thrasher color.
Holyn kind of laying off a little bit as well, trickling into that sawgrass on the left side. She's got a really great forehand, so she can still easily recover a par.
Jordan just throwing a nice hyzer out there. That's the best play from there. I think she's somewhere in the realm of circle 2. Missy, oh, whoa, look at this gap she has to hit.
This is very reminiscent of old hole 2, very, very old pre-Pro Tour days. We used to tee off from up on top of a hill and you would land there all the time. I've been in that spot many times. Yeah, this is, I can't tell you how long it was a tournament before the Pro Tour and Paul Macbeth got the property, but it was thrown on the mountain for a very, very long time. Private property leased just for the event. It's been around the block for a while here in Florida. Eveliina giving herself a putt, kinda.
Love to see it. Holyn going forehand on her third, just chipping up there. Beautiful shot. And Missy, a little bit of work left. She's going forehand. We saw her start throwing a lot more forehands last year. She's got the chipper.
The chipper.
She's got it.
And that looked great on the putting surface. So yeah, while I do like this change, it is not easy to give yourself a putt here. Only 9 people got to circle 2 in regulation, only 5 to circle 1 again, comparable to hole 1.
I don't hate this change, but
Yeah.
I like it's fine, but it was nice to birdie it.
Yeah. That was a challenging green with all the sawgrass over there. This one is like a little more forgiving, but you have to throw 2 distance shots, and Eveliina converts
Wow, that's great.
her first birdie of the round on a hole that really no one's birdieing.
Yeah, it is nice to not be in the sawgrass. That's very true.
Eveliina was the only birdie of the day.
Oh, wow.
I know, that surprises me a little.
Missy's starting out bogey, which feels like it's never happened in her career ever.
Yeah, and from putting errors too.
Yeah. Everyone's shaking off the rust, though.
True.
I don't know about you, but I think I got about as much rust as a 1957 Ford Ranchero.
Oh my God. Is that your favorite car?
I just looked it up. I liked the body style of that truck. It's a pre-planned joke.
It hit, right? Nice little comeback putt from Missy to save bogey. Trying to get warmed up on this unseasonably warm day.
It was so nice out there.
It was.
Feel some camaraderie with the, what'd you call them, the Euros? Being a Montanan.
From snow to almost too much sunshine.
Yeah.
Everyone's got little toasty shoulders. It's cute.
So cute. Valerie Mandojano, Eveliina Salonen, Kat Murch, and Macy Veladiaz, so far the only ones under par through the first 2 holes. Hole 3 is a downhill par 4, 507 feet. A pretty fun tee shot. You can go, putter. I think most often you see mid-ranges or maybe a fairway driver, but it's really easy to punch too deep. It's great to fade up the hill a little bit if you can, but you see a lot of straight shots just to the bottom and then trying to go all the way up the hill on your second shot. This basket's always a little farther back than you think. There is OB obviously off the tee, that kind of gully area, and then the road is OB on the second. It's always fun to see when some of these ladies go huge off this tee and just try to hyzer up the road. Like Evelina's giving this everything. I'm wondering if this is a destroyer. Let's see. Sure is. She gets caught early. I think this is a really good risk reward one, and anyone could get the birdie, but you don't see a ton.
Yeah, it's great risk reward. Wow, Holyn. With
ESP Cigarra.
Yeah, landing early left is, I think, the worst place to land, besides very early off the tee, of course, but being deep on the hill is slightly better. But if you're not in a very perfect position in this very small landing zone, it's so hard to try to attack for birdie.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, if you can't crest the hill on your second either, and you're left scrambling on that third shot, it's not fun. But I really like this hole.
Me too.
The sun is always shining straight in your eyes, though.
Yeah.
At the bottom of this hill. It's always funny to watch.
So here's Eveliina in that early area. There's just nothing. A lot of little tiny trees. She's basically, if she lands up on top of that berm, there is out of bounds up there as well. So she can't go super crazy. That was a nice conservative play up to the middle.
Missy with nearly a perfect drive, but just kind of on the hillside a little, and you can see the footing causing some difficulty. But she gets a good skip and is up to about 80 feet away.
Eveliina having to go really aggressive if she wants to get to the green here. It is out of bounds to the right of that tree.
Oh, wow. That's great.
Look at the trust in that disc.
Very risky shot there. Jordan with a great drive with her Zeus off the tee. And a really good rip there.
I wonder if she was
played this a time or two, I think.
Yeah, definitely. But I wonder if she was trying to go right side. Most people don't.
I don't know. It looked like a faster speed disc. She's there for birdie. Let's not analyze it.
Holyn with the more typical inside route.
Missy with a chance for birdie here, well outside circle 2.
Oh, I thought that was going to drop. Look at all that Spanish moss. It's so pretty.
I know. I end up looking up a little too much, maybe not at what my competitors are doing. Especially early morning, sun shining through. Ugh.
Eveliina so close to converting that birdie. Holyn going to find her first of the round.
Great start. Holyn's legs looking extra long today for some reason in some of these positions she's finding herself in. Jordan for a birdie. Beautiful.
This is not one you can bank on. You know you can do it, but it's still exciting to get it. This is a very similar scoring spread as the first 2 holes, 5 to circle 1 in regulation, 12 to circle 2. These holes are tough to get to. There were 6 birdies today, though. Everyone getting warmed up on the putting green.
Oh, 6 is good. This course just, I swear, demands everything.
Yeah.
And it's the first of the year. It's crazy.
Yeah, very, very, very technical. Even though fairways look open, the low ceilings and the elevation changes require more than any typical disc golf course. Hole 4 is 523 feet, another par 4, another hole that's been here for a long time, but this tee pad was built up and pushed back a little farther than from the OG course. It is such a demanding tee shot. Low ceiling and high floor. You have to carry as far as you can straight, but there's some trees on the right-hand side is that dictate a rough area that you want to avoid. Early left is also very difficult to recover from because your second shot has to go steeply uphill with, again, another low ceiling and some really great guardian trees on the left side. Playing to the right side of the fairway is the way to go here.
That is so close to perfect. It actually ends up having a good result. Yeah, you gotta push that back wall and then just fade right before Holyn pushed a little too straight. I feel like when you throw a shot that's perfect, it feels a little bit sawed off. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Or it ends up perfect. And then when you throw what feels like a perfect shot, it's too straight.
Yeah. Or like the perfect shot, you're like, oh man, I'm going to hit those trees. And then it checks up in the nick of time.
Mm-hmm.
Missy,
Like that's probably perfect.
Yeah,
and
Missy,
it looks sawed off.
It does. And she is going to be, just a little pinched. Almost perfect.
Eveliina a little inside here, and she's going to get caught up in that first tree. And it can be rough over there. She's in the sawgrass a little bit. It's not impossible to get out of there effectively, but it can be difficult.
So,
Look at this. Do it.
Grenade?
Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen her throw one of those.
No.
Sweet.
Well executed.
Say it. No.
Where's it going?
Okay, I think it checked up.
This course also is another thing that's cool. There's like a lot of risk reward, but then there's also the ability to play super aggressive with a distance driver on every hole.
True.
And maybe that is risk reward, but like it's just cool that you can like
yes, but it's true.
Well, like par, like we talked about it on hole 1, par could put you in the top 10.
Yeah.
Shooting even par. Mm-hmm. But you can birdie every single hole. So you really have to decide or see what feels good that day. Like, do I want to play these holes for par?
Yeah. I decided to play for par and it worked for 9 holes. So then I decided to play for birdie and it did not work. So I'm going to switch it up tomorrow.
Eveliina has rolled to a very weird place. She is close to the barbed wire fence there on the right side, looking at a little teeny gap and a big tree in the way.
I guess I never really thought about it, kind of like how you're saying, though, as far as stay in bounds. You could probably come out here and throw like a slow speed disc
off every tee
mm-hmm. and just par and probably get a top 10 if you did it perfectly. Don't get me wrong. It's
you have to make every putt. Yeah.
But that's wild.
But you can throw, like, distance driver is a good shot and mid-range is a good shot on almost every hole.
Wow.
Yeah, it's weird.
Missy going to be short left. Holyn throwing 3. She's got a pretty good gap here. Throws it too low, but she's going to get away with it and have, 25 slightly uphill?
I think that's the only way to get to this green. Throw it low and get away with it.
Ooh. Some nice pace on that one from Eveliina.
Missy on the left side of the green. We just watched Eveliina from the right side.
Missy with the old chipper.
Yes.
Jordan, the only one with a birdie look. It looks like she's just outside the circle. Oh, so close. Low
Did that
right.
hit the ring?
I think it was just
One
like a
of them?
low right splash out, little ring action.
Very similar stats here. Again, 11 people to circle 2 in regulation, 4 to circle 1. This is crazy. It's all like every hole's been
You sure
about
you're not
the
looking
same.
at the same hole?
I am. Holyn back to even par with that bogey. There were only 3 birdies today. Let's shout them out. Kona Montgomery, Kat Murch, and Jessica Weiss.
Eveliina with 2 bogeys in a row there. Missy now 2 pars in a row. Jordan, cleanest scorecard on our feature card today so far. Kat Murch, 2 down through 4. Sweet.
That is a great start out here.
Hole 5. You are going from one bluff to another. The title of my next book. It's a par 3, 247 feet. There you can see the red on the map on the right is kind of this cliff face here. If you land in there, it is casual. You can take it from in there, or you can go to a drop zone at the bottom of the hill with no penalty, which I think is a great addition. Yeah, this is a really fun hole. Again, you can see anything from putter to driver. I mean, it's not that far, but you do have to throw it high like Taylor Kochek just did to get it across. She's having a great round at 1 under. I believe she's on tour full time this year for the first time.
Sweet.
Welcome, and nice couple of birdies to start.
A little tapping. This hole looks so easy on paper.
Doesn't it? It looks easy when you're looking at it.
Well, it's the easiest hole of the day statistically, but you get on this tee pad and something weird happens.
A slight vortex. And man, Jordan, what a shot there. Easy to go too far, but that's obviously the better mistake.
One thing about these little inlets and outlets in this quarry is the wind does swirl a lot. It's really, really classic to get some false wind reads. You can't quite tell what the green's doing. It's probably different than the tee pad and the vortex you're flying over and into.
Also worth noting that we had zero wind in practice all week, and it did pick up today. So just a little bit different conditions than, what we got used to all week. Everyone killing this one. Getting up top, no problem.
Yeah,
but coming back with the death putt.
Yeah, you see a lot of players going big and just like blasting by the basket. Eveliina with a less typical play. She was trying to park it, keeps it a little low, and opts to play from that casual relief area.
Less typical. You know how many people hit that hillside?
Yeah.
No, I hear what you're saying, though. She definitely took some off. And hey, it works out. What a putt. Her putt's looking confident. Holyn missing that birdie bid. Jordan, oh man, what a run there. Hits the band. Missy with a little bit safer look at it. Not going straight towards the bluff. And she gets her first birdie of the round with a really solid putt there. Everyone else just cleaning up their pars.
The easiest hole of the day, 14 birdies on that one. So that just shows you how hard it is to birdie out here.
What do we have, like 43 competitors?
40 is on, 40 are on the stats.
Okay.
But I think you're right, 43 total.
Okay.
And here we are on a huge downhill hole, 671 feet. You have to clear 2 gaps before you get to where it drops off. It's a dogleg left turn off the tee. It looks like you need to throw something so hard, but in reality, you can just chuck an overstable putter down there and that'll work just fine. You do not want to go deep. That is the big thing here. Left is better than far. Your second shot is a distance drive. Typically, sometimes you'll see people disking down to a fairway. Taylor likes that shot out of her hand. The green is surrounded by some sawgrass short that can block your putt a little, but it's got a nice cushion behind it with some of the limestone wall of the quarry. Taylor with a nice open shot, opting for a hyzer into the green.
Oh, yeah. Great way to play the hole.
Taylor showing off after being warmed up nicely after some time in New Zealand. Was she there the whole stretch? I can't remember.
If not the whole stretch, I think
lot
multiple tournaments.
Yeah, we had a handful of players coming off of that New Zealand tour. That looked so cool. If you haven't watched it, go check out that footage.
Missy making I would say the most typical mistake, because you don't want to push it deep with that out of bounds. It's really easy to saw it off a little bit and end up in the rough. Very possible to save par from there, but there's some tricky spots too.
Eveliina
huge
just
shot.
Smokes it. Checking up before that right side rough. That is so far down there. She might be in mid-range area.
Halo, Star, Firebird, too. Just an absolutely perfect place.
I love how she's not scared to put it high. Most players do what we see Jordan doing here, a little bit more nose down, matching the angle of the hill. She's a little early, just like Missy, however.
Holyn also throwing more down the mountain. She sneaks through, though. And yeah, you can see how 3 of the 4 competitors just ended up just a little low, little early.
Like Erika said, we didn't really have any wind during practice. And this is one of the holes where you're like, man, I wish I could just get one practice day with a headwind. And then today we get there and we're like, dang it. Guess we need to just figure this out.
Jordan forced to just pitch out, and this is a really big shot to try to save par. I mean, she's got to be, what, 350?
Or more.
Or yeah.
I bet more, yeah. It's far. And you can see even she threw a pretty pure hyzer shot. She's going to be fairly short in the sawgrass that lines the left-hand side on the second half of this fairway.
This sawgrass will cut you. It is brutal in there.
Namesake is true.
Even though they chopped all the hair, all the buzz cuts.
They had funny haircuts.
Military, most of them. A couple mullets out there, I think.
Yeah. Holyn going to try to get a little more aggressive with her tight gap she has, and she does get onto the putting surface.
Fantastic shot from a pinched position.
That's a far hyzer. Mm-hmm. Eveliina so far. If she's down past the corner to the little bubble on the right-hand side, she's probably 200 feet away.
Oh, beautiful shot. Goes a little deep even with her.
Rhino?
Dang it. Didn't,
I think it was a rhino.
Yeah, it was slow speed.
It looked like it had a bead. I mean, a thumb track.
Missy going slight hyzer here. Good speed on it. She might have
Backboard.
some weird footing, but she's 20 feet away.
A few more players getting to the putting surface on this hole. 8 to circle 1, 13 to circle 2 in regulation.
Yeah, this feels like one of the ones you really should get a look on.
Jordan throws a lot more hyzers than I remember. She's really taken to the sky on her approaches, and it is working.
Holyn back under par. Great birdie putt.
Nice little floaty putt.
Well, let's give her a slow mess.
Stares it down.
Jordan trying to save a bogey here in a straddle stance. No problem. Eveliina only 1 par on the card through 5 holes. Through 6 holes.
Corner pocket birdie. Holyn and Eveliina. 2 of 9 birdies on the day. Missy struggling on the putting green today.
She had that great birdie putt. She had a couple really solid ones, but we probably shouldn't count her out.
No.
Just not where we normally see her make mistakes. Because normally it's nowhere, and she wins them.
I think that everyone really does love this course. It's just brutal to start out the season here.
I think everyone wishes there was like a warm-up event. Like a little ease in.
BlackInkDiscs.com is the premier disc golf store. Exclusive custom stamps on your favorite discs. The Wolf is now available on your favorite MVP and Axiom molds. Love what you throw? BlackInkDiscs.com. Shop with us now.
Hole 7's a par 3, 329 feet. Slightly downhill even. A bit of a gap to hit. It's really not that difficult to hit. You see a lot of straight shots or maybe hyzer flip ups, but you really need to push straight. I would say the most common mistake is kind of working the right side a little too hard, kind of flipping it up over there, or maybe hyzering out a bit too early, kind of behind the stuff. It's a very easy par to get, but I don't know. It's not a gimme.
It's funny,
birdie, but it's gettable by everyone.
It's funny that every par 3 on this course is like extremely hard, even though it looks easy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Like
funny. That's what I would say too.
Funny.
Yeah,
it's tricky.
Yeah, not infuriating.
You look at this and you're like, I can do this, and then you rarely do.
Yeah, rarely, but we can. Holyn can. Oh,
Holyn
great
can,
shot.
And Holyn did. Off the
Holyn
pole.
Does. ESP.
Holyn has.
Captain's Thrasher for Holyn.
Yes.
Think she flexed on Missy after that one?
Yeah. And our first follow flight of the year.
That's what Missy threw. That was an ESP drive from Holyn.
Okay.
Which makes more sense. I didn't think she bagged Thrashers. Okay, so this is Missy's Thrasher. That looks great. Holyn with the first slow mez and follow flight of the year, showing off.
God, She just flexes in every way you can.
Jordan with a nice smooth shot, just ending up a little short, it looks like, but she has an
But
open
man,
look.
her gap hitting is so good. Missy with a long uphill look. This is scary. You can't leave it low. You can see her getting aggressive high. You catch the cage on this one, and you can roll 100 feet easily down this hill.
Right towards that weird alien guy they dressed up that I always think is a real person.
Yeah.
Has he scared you?
He's spooky. Oh, yeah. I think it's some sort of tribute to someone that helps, and it is a spooky tribute.
We're going to try to learn more about this so it doesn't sound so mysterious tomorrow.
Bob the alien.
Jordan leaving it kind of high right. Eveliina tucked away for her par. That's a great putt.
Eveliina looking solid on the green. There were only 9 birdies. Like Erika said, everyone can reach this. 20 players, half of the field, got to circle 2 in regulation, but only 9 were able to convert. This is a very protected green. It's very easy to find yourself on the putting surface with nothing.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Holyn moving back to 2 down. 2 birdies in a row there. Valerie Mandujano, 3 down through 7, leading the field.
Rebecca Cox, love to see her up on the leaderboard as well, starting out strong in 2025. Hole 8, another big downhill hole. We get a lot of those here. It's 465 feet, one of the longer par 3s on the course. The downhill does help, but because it's so stretched out, it doesn't help as much as you would think. It's also a very particular angle that is required to get to this green. That guardian tree on the right doesn't allow you to throw a straight shot or a dummy hyzer in any way if you want to be on the putting surface. You have to throw an anhyzer / gentle turning shot. A late flip is perfect. Or if you've got it, the distance sidearm that we see Holyn attempting here, sawing off a little early. She's going to have a hard time getting to the putting green from there.
I switched to the sidearm. It's a pump, but I just like that it doesn't bring the OB into play, and that it takes that tree mostly out of play as well. You see a lot of backhands get tangled up there.
Yeah.
Eveliina gets all the way through and gets a nice little bounce, and we'll have a circle 2 look.
I love this shot because it's so fun to throw, but it is so risky that there's an OB line on the left side if it hyzers out, like we see Missy's kind of starting to do.
Yeah, like I don't think she'll be out, but she'll be,
she's going to be in a rough spot. That tree area on the left side, short of the green, is tough. We're going to see Jordan still try to do a hyzer. She gets around the guardian tree, and she's going to have an obstructed approach, but doable.
Was it really windy when you guys came through?
Yeah.
This is where we first felt the wind in just huge gusts. I went pretty early this morning. Ooh,
my.
Dang, that was a really pretty shot from Jordan. And
That is kind of the story of this course. If you draw metal, you are rolling, like on so many of these holes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dang. From nearly a throw-in to just a brutal roll. It curls it back into the circle, but it's quite an uphill putt. Oh, Holyn.
Holyn going forehand roller, but this is the wrong angle.
Do you see what I'm saying about her legs?
Yeah. And that disc is going to roll the way it is intended.
See if she can save a par.
Maybe it's the new tall socks. Oh.
Maybe. Yeah, just lengthening. Maybe
Yeah.
she did some yoga in the opposite. I don't know. I'm telling you, something is different. Missy, wow. Not a lot here. She squeaks on through to nearly the bullseye.
The circle 1 is much more difficult to access here than circle 2. We saw 16 competitors putting from circle 2. Eveliina, one of them, not able to convert the putt, giving it a good run though. Only 4 people got to circle 1 in regulation. A nice comeback putt.
What a save. Jordan Lynds with the most interesting par out of the field.
You see so many rollaways on the screen. It's gotten more and more steep right by the basket. You know, erosion on disc golf courses, it's a problem. But on the soggy days, this green can be hilarious to watch people try to get their disc out of the basket.
Yeah, everyone's like grabbing the basket and like trying to step up but slide away at the same time. It's so funny.
3 down is enough for a tie for first right now. Lucky Lorenzen joining Valerie Mandujano.
Yeah, Lucky made a really great putt on this one for birdie. I saw it. I was playing right behind her. Hole 9. Wow, we're here already. That's cool. It's a par 3, 387 feet. Beautiful scenic turning shot. If you got a flex backhand, I would say fairway driver is probably the most common play, but you see distance drivers as well. Just getting down here, threading your way through those trees is the best feeling in the world. I would say most common mistake is to end up in the hillside on the left where that sawgrass is. But there's a lot of mistakes you can make on this one, honestly.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Going early right is not bad where we see Taylor's disc, but hers is also finishing out. She's going to find herself on that back wall. An absolute crush of a drive. She's short, thankfully, of that. Wow. What a putt.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Is that OB back there?
No, that's like for it's a casual relief for MPO.
Yeah, for MPO. Okay.
Taylor with a couple bogeys, but wrapping up the front 9 with a really amazing putt there, or just solid. I guess it wasn't amazing. It's really good though. Eveliina probably with the best error you can make. You can just see there's a lot of room over there, and she's pinned high. It was a good shot.
Everyone who's played practice rounds here on this hole knows to get away from that left side. That sawgrass is so brutal over there. It's a hard time to find your disc.
It's slippery too.
Even if you find your disc, it's a hard time to get to your disc.
Yeah, I was standing up there just actively sliding. I just had to throw while I was sliding.
Jordan catches that one center tree. She's way high off the ground, but thankfully it doesn't get that bad of a kick. Holyn trusting this turning shot.
Fun shape. And she'll have a circle 2 look. Jordan working the left side with a forehand here.
This is a pretty classic spot to land. You see a ton of approaches from this corner.
Oh, she draw medal again?
Yes, she did.
Okay.
Missy pulling the chipper out again.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Gosh, I've been waiting. I wasn't going to beg you to say it, but I did with my eyes once. Missy catching a stump, but she's up there fine. Holyn from about 40 feet here.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
I knew that was out of her hand. That was just pure looking.
I feel like that first Jomez wasn't quite far enough to really, but this one.
She earned it.
That's a slow
We
mess.
approve now. Eveliina from a similar spot. We just saw Taylor putt from off the nubs.
Close.
There were 6 birdies on this hole today. Only 6 competitors getting to circle 1 in regulation. 2 competitors parking it. Emily Weatherman and Silva Saarinen from the bullseye.
Emily's shot was gorgeous. Perfect flex.
And that wraps up the front 9.
Here we are.
Wow.
Wow, we did it.
We
Valerie
did it.
Mandujano especially. 3 down through 9 leading the pack. More than 10 people under par though, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
The back 9, more birdies, but also more danger.
Yeah, a new hole as well. Some of the most difficult holes on the course on the back 9. We'll see you guys and show you around.
As we do.
I'm Madison Walker.
I'm Erika Stinchcomb. We're the 2 hot geese.
Honk.
Honk.
Control.